All right, folks, here is the basic list of tools that you need to work around your house for do-it-yourself projects. Now, this list is going to include beginners, absolute beginners, and of course, intermediary. Now, I'm gonna go through the really basic stuff first, and then we'll get into like the nitty-gritty on it. Okay. First and foremost, what do you need? Good set of screwdrivers. Now these are my spares. I love these so much. I actually have two of them that I have in my toolbox ready to use, and I have spares just in case one of my friends takes them home. 9-in-1 Milwaukee screwdriver. I love it. I don't know what I did before I even got one. And then this one, I hear a lot of people recommend just a little basic screw with the basic tips that you need. You know, you can literally keep all of them inside the screwdriver. And of course, it has a ratchet just in case if you need to change some nuts, or you need to put a nut unfastener in it. Now, another one of the basics, pliers, wire cutters, pliers. These little suckers have gotten me out of a lot of things. I even took down some kitchen cabinets with these, but if you don't have the proper plier, you're not going to get anything done. A level. You need to have a level if you want your stuff straight. Definitely before I even got into, doing stuff for do-it-yourself, I didn't even care. I used to just like wing it, but you need a level in order for your stuff to look nice. Now, my walls are concrete, they're cement. So I could not even hang up a picture if I didn't have a hammer drill. I am definitely a Milwaukee and a Dewalt guy. I will swear by this hammer drill, goes through concrete like butter, especially this hard, cheap concrete that I have a pain in the butt all the time that I want to put up a picture or shelves or anything, but definitely a hammer drill. Corded, again, like I said, this was the first one I ever bought it a couple of years ago. I swear by it. It doesn't have the handle because I've used it so much that I could carry it with one hand, not a problem at all. Again, you're going to have to, especially if you get into the do-it-yourself, you're going to have a circular saw. Again, prior to me being a Milwaukee guy, and I unboxed this huge sucker. I just got it last week, and I did the unboxing on my channel. I was a DeWalt guy. I still am on some things. Definitely, if you can see back there, that's actually a DeWalt corded drill. Definitely was the basic stuff that I needed, but this is included in the basics. Definitely need a circular saw. Definitely need a hammer drill. Definitely need a regular drill. When you start moving into the cordless, I definitely recommend the 12 volt. They're super easy to carry. They're not that heavy at all. They are very, very good. You are going to need a Dremel in case you need to, cut anything that's small, maybe like a nail, or you need to remove a grout, or, basically do something on wood. I mean, you just need one. The more powerful, the better. Okay? And then, of course, you're going to need a toolbox. Now, in your basic toolbox, again, what are you going to have? You got to have all of the basics. Now, I'm going to go through the basics of your toolbox in a second. Okay, folks. So now I got the contents of my basic tools for beginners toolbox open. And I'm just going to show you, again, stuff that literally you cannot do without. A hammer. Even as cheap as it may be, you always got to have one. There's always something to bang, There's always something to fix. Always something to put on the wall and hit hard. Again, pliers. I cannot emphasize how important they are. Different sizes, so obviously you can use them for different jobs. I love my Milwaukee pliers. Again, I'm a Milwaukee and a DeWalt guy, and I'm starting to like Cobalt and Ryobi as well. But literally on my basics, I am a Milwaukee guy. And then, of course, you got to have a good set of cutters. You know, these aviation cutters are awesome. I actually use them to open packages. You know, them hard plastic packages when you buy something and it's like super packed, especially these. So you just grab these things, boom, 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 just snip it and it just rips open that plastic. You got to have a basic set of drill bits and impact drill bits. You know, you got to make some holes. Now, obviously, there's a difference when you got to have the drill bits. There's different types. There's wood, plastic, and of course, cement. Now, I've noticed that some of these say that they go through all the material. Not really, folks. If literally you're going to be doing holes on wood, definitely get the best ones that you can get, especially for wood, especially for metal, especially for plastic, and of course, especially for concrete. The concrete ones are huge. You know, they sell them in a pack and they're very expensive. I mean, you're looking at anywhere from $10 on up per drill bit, but they're actually worth it a lot. And then, of course, this is the second one that I recommend. Have some extensions there, have some accessories to help you. There's stuff that you're going to be taking apart or putting back together that's hard to reach. If you don't have the proper tool for the proper job, you're not going to finish, and your project is just going to stay there and stay there and stay there and just bug the hell out of you because you can't finish it. Okay? Also, a good tape measure, a good measuring device. I'm not a construction guy. As you can see, I work from home. But when I'm putting up a shelf, when I'm actually measuring what I'm going to cut, I actually need something to get me definitely through the day, and something that's actually worth it. So I definitely recommend having a measuring tape. Again, I have a big level. You can see it over there. And I have a little level, because of the fact that you can always have to make sure that your stuff is straight. Here's my other screwdriver. Like I said, I love this so much. This is an 11-in-1. I love it. This is the best screwdriver that I've ever had in my life. Took me all but 47 years to buy it. I loved it so much. I have a brand new one for this one, the 11-in-1 and the 9-in-1, as spares, just in case my friends like it as much as I do and they take it home with them. You know, it's also always good to have an extension. These come in handy when you need to either impact something into your wall and you can't reach it, or your drill bit or your impact bit is like really small, like these, you know, and you can't just like chuck them inside the impact driver. You gotta have some sort of extension so that you can have that basic control over it, so that you can get them done. And of course, assorted screws and little screwdrivers and so forth. And then for the creme de la creme, what I always cannot live without are my trusty 18-volt hammer drill, of course, by Milwaukee. This stuff goes through that cement like nothing. But again, I don't like to use it for that purpose, so that's why I use my good old-fashioned hammer drill by Dewalt, which I swear by. 12-volt impact driver. If you're going to be putting stuff on the wall, if you're going to be putting together IKEA furniture, I definitely recommend this. Real easy to use, lightweight, easy to charge. I mean, all you got to do is just put the drill bit on the top and just boom, just go ahead and use it, you know? I mean, definitely something that you're always going to need. And of course, I have the 18-volt as well. Why? Because sometimes the 12-volt doesn't have the power that this little sucker has to get stuff done into the wall. So again, this is intermediary basic, because there's stuff that you cannot get done if you don't have the proper tool for it. You know, when I first started getting into this was a pandemic. I started, doing a little remodeling around the house, and we got into these pipe shelves. And I mean, they're literally, each shelf has approximately 40 screws in it. and I was doing them by hand. I said, you know what? I am crazy. I definitely went out and started buying, obviously, the proper tools for them. And then, I mean, the 12 bolt does great. There was a special on the 18 bolt. The 18 bolt goes through them like butter. I mean, it just makes my life a hell of a lot easier. And then, of course, the creme de la creme, the huge pack out special that I purchased from Home Depot, which I am going to go through the actual box, bringing out all of the tools just for the video. I'm kind of lazy on it, so I'm just going to tell you what they do, and we'll get into that in a second. Okay, folks, and just before I forget, I actually made a mental note. If you do have a Dremel, like I said, you need one. These things are so freaking useful. I mean, I have the corded because, like I said again, I consider myself a kind of beginner, intermediary kind of person that likes to do stuff myself. Of course, if I don't know how to do something, I'll go and hire a professional, which is what you have to do. But I've been getting into electric. I've been getting into concrete. I've been getting into plumbing, and as I've been learning, and I love YouTube because that's literally the place to go when you want a tutorial, when you want to learn about something, and they got a lot of great people that actually explain everything to you the correct way, and you consider them friends. So I mean, I actually have 2 channels that I'm recommending. Recommending him on my channel right now. I'm sorry, I kind of had a little brain fart. So I'm just going to proceed with the video. But then again, another thing that I wanted to mention was you got to have accessories for the Dremel. And the Dremels, as you can see, they're good little tools, but they tend to break, and a lot of the stuff is disposable. So it's always good to have a spare. Always good to have sets, cutting discs for plastic, for wood, for metal. Again, these are very, very basic sets, very, very basic stuff, As you can see, I'm a toy collector. Sometimes I'll take apart a toy, sometimes I'll customize a toy, and this is a great customizing tool. I just had to mention it as part of everybody's basic tool set because of the fact that they come in very handy, especially when you're starting to go from a customizer into a do-it-yourselfer. I kind of don't like that term, do-it-yourselfer. I literally believe that, all of us have the ability to do professional kind of work. Obviously, some folks go out and get a license, and they're craftsmen. They take pride in their job and they do the best. But I also believe that it's a couple of factors go into it. Obviously, knowledge is power. So you get your knowledge by research. Then secondly, practice makes perfect. And then third, the right tool for the right job. So without any further ado, why did I go ahead and buy this behemoth? Because of the fact that I wanted the hacksaw so that I can cut plastic, wood, metal. I wanted the grinder because I wanted to cut pipe. Now, I don't have a lot of experience, either using any of these two. But obviously I'm learning, and I'm getting the information from YouTube, from watching reviews, from watching videos, and so that I can go ahead and buy the proper blades, the recommended blades, recommended discs, the recommended sizes, obviously, of what I can cut and what I cannot cut, when I can cut wood with this, or when I'm going to need a brand new circular saw. Now, this one I'm excited about because I've never used a cordless circular saw. So I'm very excited. It's still brand new in its package. I haven't opened it up yet because, again, I got my trusty old corded Dewalt saw, circular saw that I love and swear by. Multi-tool. This, I understand, is for woodworking, for plumbers use that to remove grout and stuff. So there's some work that I'm going to do in a bathroom that I'm remodeling. And I'm up to remodeling my own stuff now. I do almost 90% of my stuff. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to use it. Definitely I'm going to do some more videos and tutorials on it. And then of course your good old trusty hammer drill, and of course another impact driver, which I already have. Now I know for you experts out there, these are brushed tools. Brush tools have a life. They come, obviously Milwaukee gives you a great warranty. I believe it's 5 years for the tools, 3 years for the batteries. But brushed tools have a life, a shelf life. I believe it's 1,000 to 3,000 hours, as opposed to the brushless that are supposed to last you virtually almost forever. Of course, I'm just starting. I'm a basic guy. This is power tools for beginners. So I'm not going to go out and spend, $1,500 for this when I can get it for $600, and I mean, you get basically the same tools. You're going to get the right tool for the right job. As you're growing, as your experience is growing, I definitely believe that you should upgrade what you feel comfortable with if you're going to take on bigger jobs. But basic power tools for beginners, you can't go wrong with what I've showed you. Please leave me your comments. Please like, please subscribe. I'm definitely very excited about getting into this and sharing this with you, because again, I was a guy who never actually touched a tool before in my life. I always used to just hire people to get my work done. I work as a marketing manager, so I manage websites, and I manage businesses and so forth. So I've never been a tool guy. This is my first, literally my first time. I'm putting a lot of heart and a lot of love in this channel. So please, let me know what you think. And if there's anything that you guys recommend that I need to get, any advice that you guys can give me, it's always welcome. I'm always open to learn. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great day.